Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is a quick little gossip chat. Who said that? Foolish chat is all going down around here, okay? But there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about real quick and fast for y'all today. I hope everybody's having a great hump day. I am. Okay, but anyway, let's get into a few things. Y'all know first things first, to please subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget the link to subscribe to my JayLeesCorner Talk, my secondary channel. Is always in the description box below because that's where it's supposed to be. Do not forget to do all these things right here and liking and commenting and sharing and relaxing and centering yourself and inhaling. Y'all know what I say all the time. Do those things. I am here and whatnot. Do not forget to also follow me on social media at Jaylee's Corner. Okay, Jaylee's Corner. So y'all know, like and subscribe and whatnot. Okay, so a couple of things has happened, so I want to talk to y'all about that. But before we get to these things right here, let's get to some randomness of the news or whatever. Okay, so one of the I would say polarizing movies on Netflix as of recent, besides The Harder They Fall. I'm going to do a review of that movie separately because I loved it that much, okay? But the other movie that took everything by storm was Squid Games. Okay, Squid Game has been renewed for a season 2, okay? So Ji-hoon, the old dead man who we think maybe dead in for real this time, will all be coming back to continue the story in one way or another. I can say now that the movie is popular, I feel like a sequel may be better because they know we're gonna all see it. Okay, so I'm happy to see it. I don't know why, because part one was crazy. Okay, so how can we top it? What is Jihoon gonna do? Because again, he's the only person left alive. Okay, but I feel like the cop who was shot, I feel like he didn't die. I feel like the water tumbled or whatever. He survived some kind of way, and he gonna be back to us. I don't know. But again, it got a second season. Lead it be. Okay, now some kind of sad news and whatnot. Okay, I'll be sure. Okay, posted on his Instagram page recently to pray for his cousin Christopher Williams. Now they are both singers. Y'all know Al B. Sure is the one who has the child with Kim Porter. You know Quincy who did he shares and all those things. That's Al B. Sure who was in the New York hat with sunglasses. Okay, now Christopher Williams is the one the Lakers had. Who you know? If I'm dreaming, just let me. Y'all know who he is. But yeah, he was also in New Jack City. Okay, little pretty light skinned man as they called him in the movie. But Al B. Sure said his cousin Christopher Williams is in a coma. Okay, so we want to send all our prayers and well wishes and good vibes over to them to make sure that he gets better. No other information was, put out about what's going on with his health. Just again, I'll be sure saying, pray for my cousin because he's in a coma. Now, Christopher Williams has three children. Um, Christopher Jr., Sierra, and Austin, who he shares with actress Stacey Dash. I'm like, that's her kid's father. I never realized that's who, she. I was like, really? Okay. And I also remember Chris Williams was on one season of the Housewives of Atlanta. That one season when they had that party, the pillow talk party, he was on that season. Okay, but we're gonna pray for a speedy recovery. We're gonna pray for him to come up out of that coma and all of those things. So pray for a singer who because we love Chris Williams. He's the R&B legend in my book. Okay, so we're gonna pray that he gets better. Now, congratulations! Our two weddings happened on the same day. Now, first we have Monyetta Shaw, who we know was with Neil for a long time. They had two children together. They was engaged to be married. There was a whole thing. Okay, it fell apart, but luckily, Mama landed on her feet. Okay, well she's been doing good for years, but she got married to her boyfriend Heath. Okay, I like the pink dress. I like it because I don't want to wear white. I got two children and I may have some more. So I'm gonna do a little pink dress. Okay, it's cute. Now the course that's her with T.I. and Tiny, also with Candy and Todd. So this is wedding number one that happened this weekend. Cute, cute, cute. Congrats to the couple. Again, there's Monietta and also Heath. And who was Heath? He's the white man in the suit, okay? But again, well wishes to them. Now, also, we had another wedding that happened the exact same day, these Saturday weddings. Young Jock and Kendra tied the knots. Okay, they got married. I have a quick little video. Okay. I have no sound because, they were playing music or whatever. But again, Jock and Kendra, who have been engaged for a while, I believe the wedding was at first supposed to be at the start of 2020. But of course, saying, little girl, COVID happened, and so they canceled it. um, but they had their wedding this weekend. They look amazing. Okay, coming down the aisle. I feel like it's gonna be on something within Love and Hip Hop because that's just usually what happens. Or maybe not because I see so many folks in the sitting around there. I feel like, that may not be a Love and Hip Hop thing. Usually Love and Hip Hop has stuff on here where ain't nobody around or whatever. But again, congrats to the couple. Again, I like his suit. Okay, I like the suit, despite the fact that I can see his ankles. Y'all know I have a thing. I do not like seeing men's ankles. And yes, that is him with Spice. Spice looks amazing. Okay, amazing. There were also other guests there from Love and Hip Hop, but I don't care what they're right now. This is for Kendra and Jock. Okay, if they put out more photos of all the cast who was there, we'll talk about that later. But Kendra's dress, beautiful. Okay, that's her with her maid of honor in the photo. But Kendra looks great. Jock looks great. They married their husband and wife. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna love to see it. Now we did know for a fact that Safari and Erica Mena was also around there at the party, whatever, having fun. You know, I feel like they got together quietly, or maybe they're just co-parenting and always around each other. I don't know. But again, they were seen there too. But we're gonna leave that be or whatever. So let's get to Stevie J. Stevie J filed for divorce from Faith. I said Stevie filed for divorce? That's who filed for divorce? Not Faith, but Stevie? Hmm. So they got married back in 2018 in like a little private at the house ceremony or whatever. Real quiet, like real quiet, like. Now I believe either last year, 2020, or maybe it was 2019, but I think it was last year. Faith was arrested for domestic violence against her husband. Now, I think the charges were dropped, so nothing happened from that. But again, they've had little issues over these past, 3 years or whatever. But for some reason, he said, I don't want that no more. I have filed for divorce. We're gonna get divorced, and we're gonna let that be. I'm not fully surprised at all because I feel like they were not a weird pair, but just I was like, really? Them two, we gonna let that be. They were in love for a minute. It was cute, cute, cute. At the same time, I feel like it was a moment. Okay, there's the magic moments when your lips are next to mine, and then the moment is over, and now we're divorced. Now, technically, this is Stevie's first marriage and first divorce because that marriage he claimed to have with Jocelyn was fake. It wasn't ever real or whatever. So this is his first marriage, first divorce. This is Faith's third marriage and third divorce because, as we know, she was famously married to Biggie Smalls back in '94. Let's see, she was married to Biggie Smalls from '94 to '97 when he passed away, and then she later married Todd Rushaw from '98 to 2011. Okay, and then she married Stevie J in 2018. I mean, okay. I just hope it's because Stevie J, because also they announced the new season of Love and Hip Hop Family. Is it Family Reunion? I think, yeah, Family Reunion, which will be starting. I think it's December. December what? December 13th. And Stevie J is on there. Stevie J, Mimi, Kimbella, Jewels, Brooke Valentine, Bobby Lights, Sin Santana, Eric Amina, Safari, the Creep Squad, which means Peter, who was it? Peter, Rich Dollars. Oh, what's that dude name? The bald one, okay? And Tyra and Namina are partly on that show as well. So I feel like, did you move on from Faith? Is you trying to get back in love and hip hop? I don't know. But I mean, as long as it's amicable, okay, they don't have no kids together, it should be easy split, but we shall see. Now, yes, I will be reviewing the new family reunion show because it's more people on the season. I feel like it should be more storyline, and I'm hoping they learn from the first season to do a little bit more with the people and the line of story. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that be. So let's get on to Wendy Williams, who we know her new season was supposed to start with her on it back in September. It got pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. It's now being hosted by guest hosts. This week they have Michael Rappaport, who I do not like. And someone asked me in my comment section why I don't like him, why people don't like him. Something about Michael Rappaport made me feel like someone told him he's invited to the cookout for black folks, and he not invited to my cookouts. And he take too many liberties, you understand, sometimes with how he speaks or whatnot. And I just don't like him for that. It has, I don't. I've seen him speak on things and I don't like him. Now, other people around me like him. Okay, not me. Not after the cats. Okay, I don't want to watch it. So I've only watched the clips of him that is on social media as far as him being on Wendy this week. I don't like that man. I don't, but it's what it is. But anyway, Wendy released a statement. This is the first time we're kind of hearing from her, well, from her via the Wendy show, and not a statement being put out, from the producers or from the owners, or this is supposedly from Wendy herself. How you doing? I miss you all. As everyone knows, my health has been a hot topic. I'm making progress, but it's just one of those things that takes girl. It's one of those things that's taking longer than we expected. I'm a woman of a certain age, which is true, she's in her 50s, and I know enough to listen to my doctors and will return to my purple chair as soon as we all agree I'm ready. Okay? I want to thank all of my staff and our guest hosts for stepping up while I can't be there. I also want to thank Dad My Mercury and our stations for being so understanding and supportive while I work my way back. Most of all, I want to thank my fans. I've heard your prayers and comments and feel all the love. You are everything to me. I love spending my mornings with you all, and I'm doing everything I can to get back to work. But right now, Wendy has to focus on Wendy. I love you for watching. I feel like that was a great statement to put out because we haven't really heard directly from Wendy. We've only heard from producers and the writers who write the stories, saying not stories, but we're writing the statements saying, she's going back for this week or the other. And this one being from Wendy herself saying, I need more time. And I'm like, we are okay with that, Mama. Yes, do not try to rush back, you know, in this month. Come back next year. Okay, let guest hosts because they're gonna be down after Christmas. Okay, and down after. Come back New Year refreshed, or if you need more time, take it. Okay, I love that she said, I right now Wendy has to focus on Wendy. She's been focusing on the show, her radio, and everything else damn her whole life, at least the past 15 years. She deserves time off to focus on her health. And I think so many people want to leave it as, oh, it's drugs or oh, it's alcoholism. I think it's a plethora of things, okay? It may be a sprinkle of that, but she's a woman of a certain age with certain ailments. So I'm like, let the lady be what she needs to be around here, okay? But we're gonna still pray for Wendy. Okay, I liked watching Wendy, and I do feel like after she, the divorce with Kevin, after the whole, drinking situation, which was in rehab or whatever, and the whole thinking spell, Wendy had changed. I think Wendy has been ignoring she needed to sit down for a while, and now she's sitting down. And I'm like, good for her. Okay, good for her. We will be here waiting when you get back. Okay, now I want y'all to take a little quick second and like the video. See, ain't that easy? Now let's get on to the Travis Scott update of the travesty at Astro World Festival. So there are still 8 confirmed. My camera is going off. There are still 8 confirmed people who have passed away. Now they did release the people's names who passed away. I don't want to say them because I'm like, let them people's family grieve. How they have to grieve. Now we also know they're bringing up how there is a 9-year-old who's on life support, because he was at the concert with his father, and the father was the one getting smushed, and the son was on top of the father's shoulders. And so when the father was being squished, the father passed out, which then made the child fall into the crowd. The crowd, then he was trampled. So he so far I think is the youngest um current, victim of this situation. And the family is suing. There are a couple of lawsuits against Travis, against Live Nation. I think one also named Drake. And I'm not surprised at all. I think everybody felt like, okay, there are going to be many, many lawsuits because this was a tragic situation, a hectic situation as well. There was one story brought up how the police did speak. The Houston police talked to Travis that day, to express their safety concerns. But, I believe the chief of police brought up how, he had never seen such a huge crowd, okay, at this point in time in the world. Because it's still COVID. So it's still things that you be like, okay, is this team too much? However, he also brought up how Travis was like open to, the notion that things may not, be the best here. What he said was, I met with Travis Scott and his head of security for a few moments last Friday prior to the main events. I expressed my concerns regarding public safety and that in my 31 years of law enforcement, I have never seen a time with more challenges facing citizens of all ages, to include a global pandemic and the social tension throughout the nation. I asked Travis and his team to work with HPD, Houston Police Department, for all events over the weekend and to be mindful of his team's social media messaging on any unscheduled events. The meeting was brief and respectful, and a chance for me to share my public safety concerns as chief of police. As I previously stated, our criminal investigation continues. We are asking for everyone to be considerate of the grieving family during this incredibly difficult time. Please keep them lifted up in prayer. So that is what the police said. Um, so it do seem like just with the sheer amount of people, it was a concern what could happen. Now, I am not a Travis Scott fan. I have never seen a Travis Scott show. I can't name any of his songs, even if I've heard him on the radio. I don't know it's him. So people who have more knowledge on, well, because we was on the live for the Oolage first panel, and they're like, he does riots and he incites all these. I'm like, I don't know that though. I'm basing it off of what I saw, that was being put out. And now that I've seen other videos of how his shows go, rock and roll type shows, very active participation. We did see one video of him saying to the crowd, beat somebody up who tried to take his shoe. I'm like, why are you gonna want them to beat that man up? So it do seem, but this is the thing. People are putting that thing putting those things out here now, it's like, so y'all knew what kind of show he has. You can't go to someone's show where you are fully aware of how they, do their shows. It can get a bit violent. You can't go and then say, "I'm so shocked I got hurt." Well, you saying this is what he do. Why did you go? Okay, I even seen one video of him like putting the kid who was recording off stage and calling like a little geek. I'm like, why you gotta be a geek? What do you mean? And the kid was like a videographer for whatever station the concert was for. And Travis kicked the kid off stage. I'm looking like, oh, you a mean asshole. Okay. But to me, a mean asshole still does not mean that he purposely wanted folks to die. You know what I'm saying? I can't put that on him. I can't fully put that on him. Now, Travis released a couple statements. Okay, first, listen to the statement he put on his uh, Instagram stories.
I want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. I love you all.
So that was his notion on what happened. He also put this statement out on Twitter. I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astro World Festival. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I'm committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Thank you, the Houston PD, Fire Department, and NRG Park for their immediate response and support. Love you all. So that was what he put out on Twitter. And I do want to say Roddy Rich, who also performed there for the festival, he donated or gave up his payment to the families who lost their life. So he was like, all the people who passed away, y'all contact me. And, I want to donate my money to those families, the ones who passed away. So, that was nice of him. Now, y'all know people put a statement out saying, "Oh, pregnant Kylie Jenner, was not hurt." And I'm like, we knew that. We knew her white pregnant ass would not be in that crowd nowhere. No one on God's green earth no one was wondering, is Kylie okay? Was she hurt? No one wondered that. Not I said not Nan Katz asked that question. But Kylie did put out a statement because again, she is a public figure at this point in time. She's with Travis at this time too. She's pregnant with a child. I'm assuming she was there. And they're saying that they think they were filming for their new show. The Kardashians and the Jenner girls got a new show. I think it's on Hulu or whatever that they're filming. Yeah, boom, pow, pow. But Kylie said on her thing, Travis and I are broken and devastated. My thoughts and prayers are with all who lost their lives. We were lost their lives, were injured, or affected in any way by yesterday's events. And also for Travis, who I know cares deeply for his friends in the Houston community. I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world will we have continued filming or performing. I am sending my condolences, my deepest condolences to the families during this time, and we'll be praying for the healing, for all the impacted. Um, I said myself too. I don't feel like Travis knew how bad things were in the crowd with people dying. I don't think he knew that. I also feel like once he seen the ambulance coming through, maybe, hey, shouldn't stop the show and figure out what's going on. So again, I said before, I can't fully blame him for the actions of people in the crowd before he came out. And they're also saying they think somebody was drugging people. So that could have been a reason, or who knows, okay? But within the lawsuits as well, Drake is also being listed in there because I guess he's a part of Live Nation. Drake put out a statement as well on IG, and he said, I've spent the past few days trying to wrap my mind around this devastating tragedy. I hate resorting to this platform, meaning IG, to express an emotion as delicate as grief. But this is where I find myself. My heart is broken for the families and friends of those who lost their lives and for anyone who is suffering. I will continue to pray for all of them and will be of service in any way I can. May God be with you all. Travis has also offered to pay for the funerals of all the people who passed away. I do wonder if anybody would be paying for hospital bills for anyone who's still in the hospital, based on what happened. No one has said that, technically, but it is what it is. Now, the attorneys who is representing the 9-year-old who's in a coma right now from him falling and being trampled, and they bring up how he had severe damage to his liver, kidney, and brain, and Ben Crump, Alex Hillard, and Bob Hillard are the ones suing Travis for the 9-year-old kid who's in the hospital because he would have a whole lifelong effects from this. So I feel like that's the reason why um, they are doing that. And it's like you can't even be upset with the people suing because they have a right to do that. And that's also why we have these concerts and these festivals. There has to be insurance and these precautions because if something go wrong, it's on y'all. It's on y'all because you have to have safety procedures and safety precautions to not have this happen. So I'm pretty sure more information will keep coming. I think every day a bit of new information comes out from one thing or the other, either from one of the artists, one of the venue, the cops, the families. There's just so much going on. Now, again, it was 8 people who passed away. They're saying around 300 people were injured in total, but only I think 11 people were the ones who were left in the hospital. In different conditions, including the 9-year-old little boy. But we can just keep praying for the families, to find some kind of peace in what's going on because you just never know. And it's just crazy. Okay, but either way it goes, that's all I have for y'all right now for this. I will be back. I may go live Thursday. I'm not sure yet because I'm going to be talking to my friend Janice, who has the name Explicit Lyric, which is on the show Queens. I'm going to talk to her about how he feels about that, and what's going on with her, getting it handled. So I may go live for that. I don't know yet. But anyway, make sure to follow me on social media, to subscribe to my channel. Girl, wait, subscribe to my channel and like the video. Until next, I did it too early. Girl, I done messed up. Now I can say until next time, I will see you when I see you. Peace.